Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane.
Hello, welcome back to Life Midwife and Crafting with Kelly. I had a different card planned, but I'm gonna do this one instead because many of you don't know, our dear friends Len and Dorothy have tested positive for COVID. So I'm going to make a get well card and a pot of soup, and Kevin's gonna do a porch drop later today. So let me bring you down here, and not a lot of instruction today. I literally just want to focus on the fact that I'm making a get well card. So let me just bring you closer. Pan you down. Okay, so I got this new die set, nesting dies. So we're gonna use that today. I've already cut them out. This is what they look like. I just did 3 of the layers, and they look really pretty layered. I'll show you. Okay. Then you need a piece of 6 by 12 and score at 6. I have to admit, 6 by 6 cards are my favorite as far as making just a regular card blank. So, ouch, I just poked myself with my poker. Okay, we're gonna burnish that. That's all you need the scoreboard for. This piece is 6 by 6 because I do want to cover up the entire front of this card. So I'm gonna use double-sided tape today. I think this double-sided tape is about a 1/2 inch. Yes, it's 1/2 inch wide. I much prefer to make big, bold cards. So when I'm making just more simple ones like this, I often second guess myself and think, oh, I don't know if it looks good. Maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. And sometimes I have to remind myself that less is more in certain situations. Okay. Just gonna line that up right there. Now, these layers, and if you have dimensional paper, make sure that you have it going the right way. I'm going to use my foam tape on the back of this one. You don't have to put this much. I could have just put it in the corners, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm just going to try and line this up properly. in the center. And I'm going to do the sponge tape on the back of this one too, and I think I'll use a little less tape this time. Don't really need that much. Like I said, sometimes less is best, but I have an awful time with that. I think I'll put nesting dies is a nice way to make your card a little more fancy. There we go. So there's the front of our card. On the inside, I have another 6x6 of the heart one that I did on the front. That there. Okay, so it's gonna just stand up just like that. And I am gonna put a piece of white cardstock in here to be able to write. This white piece is 5.5 by 5.5. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so that's all for the inside for now. We'll come back to that. Okay, I'm going to now use my Sizzix Sidekick. Oh, I missed this piece for the front. Let's get on there. Let's get that on there first. There we go. Put that aside. I have a die that says get well soon. And what color am I going to do that in? Okay, so I just put my paper, the die facing down between the two plates. Put it through one way, and then we're going to put it back through. That helps prevent your plates from warping. We had quite the storms yesterday. It was so nice because we haven't had rain in so long. It still wasn't enough rain to make up for what we haven't had, but it sure was a start. Okay, grab my glue. So I'm putting this down here in the corner. Sorry. There we go. I'm going to put this right here. Just like that. Okay. We need those again in a minute. Now, I've got a bunch of leaves and flowers fussy cutted that I've had for a while, so I'm going to use some of those. And I'm just going to make a bit of a bouquet up here in the, or some sort of floral arrangement. Let's see what we're going to do. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay, so I'm going to get these glued down first. Yeah, so if you would, please pray for Len and Dorothy. I know Len is starting to feel a little bit better. Dorothy's struggling a little bit more than Len is. And her son and grandkids live with them, but they are all negative. So, go figure. All right. Let's see what... Yeah, that might work. I think we'll do some of the pop-up tape. There. And maybe a couple little flower buds coming down. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. See, there I go again. I think less is more on this one. I think so. All right. Push those. Okay, just do this. All right. Let me hold this up. And there's the front of the card. On the inside, I have another die. And this one says, Love and Prayers. And it's a two-piecer. Let me show you what we're going to do here. Do that. Well, let's see what this looks like. No, I know what I want. Let's do this one instead. I took out one paper pad and I'm using the corresponding papers so that it all just goes nicely together. Okay, so for the first layer of this die, it cuts out the shadow, the background of it. And then move that out of the way. So I'm going to glue these words onto the background and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. I love that. I have, I think 3 different dies with the background like that. I just love them. There we go. All right, just a simple get well soon card. Let's make the envelope. And I like this thin paper for making an envelope, so what do I do with my cutter? I just have my cutter. There it is. Okay. Okay. Get the scoreboard. And then it shows you, so you got your 6 by 6. I cut the paper at 9.5 by 9.5, and I have to score at 4 3/4. So go down to 4 3/4, punch, score. Now when you turn your paper, you line this indicator up with the line that you've already scored. Punch, score. And repeat that again. Just line that indicator up with the line. Now, you could just glue all this down, but because I have a card with dimension like this, I am going to lay the card in the envelope, because you want it to be able to, the card to fit in the envelope. So we're gonna wrap the envelope around the card and then glue it. The thunder last night was so loud, I actually, when I first heard it, I asked Kevin if it was a jet or if it was a plane, or if it was a thunder. I said, is it a jet or a thunder? It was weird. All right, so now the card is going to slip in nice and easily. And then you've got that little bit of bulk. Okay, thank you for joining me on another Crafting with Kelly. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you make one of the cards that I've showed or one of the other projects, find me on Facebook. Link is in the description, and I'd love to see a picture of it. Please keep Lynn and Dorothy and family in your prayers, and we'll see you on the next video.